Live. All right. Good morning, guys. What's going on? It's KVD in the morning. A little switch up this week. Instead of Danny hosting, he's back there.
Hello.
Danny, say hi. You know me. I'm Vin. I'm hosting this lovely February morning. It's cold out. You got Chris over here.
That's good.
Yeah. Danny, what's on our agenda today?
So we're gonna start off talking about MLB because someone finally signed.
Who signed? Who signed?
Manny Machado signed.
Well, it's about time. Hallelujah. Manny Machado signed. Not to the team anybody wanted him to sign to, but he signed to a team.
So Manny Machado agrees to a 10-year deal with the San Diego Padres.
I'm not a fan of that.
$100 million, which is a record contract, but he can opt out after the fifth season if he wants to. And it also has a limited no trade clause.
A limited no trade. You know what? I don't like this. I don't like Machado on the Padres, but I'll get into that in a second. I want to hear what you guys think about this deal. Start off with Chris.
Okay. I don't like it really. I think that it's a bad deal for the Padres organization because they're going to find themselves tied into a player who's not going to produce like a $300 million player will for all those 10 years. I really don't think that he will. I mean, I think he'll be good for most of them, but I don't think he's going to be the production of a guy that you're paying $300 million for. You know what I mean? And also, I don't think it's a good deal for Machado because I don't think the Padres are going to win. In the division, you got the Dodgers, you got the Rockies. In the near future, they're not going to win. So their team's not built yet. They don't have any pitching. So I don't understand it other than the fact that Machado's getting paid. And that's probably what he wanted all off season. You know, I think he really wanted to be a Yankee. And once he realized the Yankees weren't going to pay him, he's like, whatever team gives me the most money, I'll go to. And that's basically what he did.
I mean, so I first of all, Machado is definitely a winner. The man got paid, so kudos to him for getting paid. But I think he knew going into this deal that the team would probably not be in contention right away. I mean, they've got other pieces, like they signed Ian Kinsler, and
yeah, but Ian Kinsler is nearing the end of his career.
He's nearing the end of his career. That's
I wouldn't have him be my everyday guy anymore. You know,
but the Padres have one of the best farm systems in baseball, so it's not going to translate in year one.
That's very true.
That's not going to translate in year 1 or year 2, maybe year 2 actually, but like in years 3 and on, it might translate in as the guys are going to start getting called up and everything like that. So I personally believe that this will eventually work out. It's not going to make much of a difference the first 2 years, but down the road, I think it's going to work out better. And also, if they feel like they can contend a little later, they have a ton of trade assets to actually trade for a star on the market.
They should trade those prospects and try to get a few pitchers because I just looked at their pitching staff, and it's. I mean,
bad. they got Luceschi.
Yeah,
that's about it.
They don't have anybody.
Yeah, I do not at all like this deal. Let me tell you why. I feel like players these days don't want to win anymore. They just want to go where they can find the most money, and then they can just get traded and then have their contracts stay with them. With Manny Machado, it was like you had all these teams in contention for you. The Yankees, who were a playoff contender last year, the White Sox, who were doing okay, and you go to the San Diego Padres, a team that I can't remember since I've been alive the last time they made the playoffs.
I don't think they've made the playoffs in like 10 years or something.
So what I'm trying to get at is, why are you going here? I understand they're giving you $300 million, but
would you take $300 million?
I would not
to play at San Diego.
No, San Diego I don't think San Diego for a while will be a playoff contender.
I mean,
I would have gone to a playoff contender. I don't.
I'll give them that. There's great weather over there.
It's great weather.
It's a great environment, but like at the same time, I don't know if they're going to be contending for the playoffs. Like, you can't bank on that.
Not for a while.
I also like that it's a somewhat of a smaller market team. So, like, for the Padres also, like, a team with a small market, it's going to create more buzz because you got Manny Machado,
who's a star. He's a star.
But that's really, you have that big name Machado, and then you have all these smaller names, you know, like Will Myers, who did okay in Tampa Bay before coming to San Diego.
That's a bad contract, though.
It was a terrible contract. You had Will Myers, you got Hunter Renfroe, you have Hosmer, who's iffy.
Actually, Hosmer is the bad contract, not Will Myers.
Hosmer's very iffy. Did he do good last year?
I don't think he did too hot.
He had
a decent year last year.
Stumbly decent year, but
I'll pull up the stats.
That's just Eric Hosmer. But going back to Machado,
Fernando Tatis Jr. in the minor leagues. He's a top prospect.
Danny, going back to Machado, I think the year that really put Manny Machado on the map was 2015. I feel like that was one of his best years since he came in the league with 2012. Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, he played all 162
all
games.
162
He
games.
batted 286, hit 35 home
Yep.
runs, 181 hits, and he also had
Mm-hmm.
86 RBIs.
How many steals?
How many steals did he have?
Steals?
20.
20.
He steals
for a-
bases too.
He was
That's
20
another
He
thing
does
with
steal
Machado.
bases. Yeah.
That was the most that he's had. That before, the next season he didn't have any, and then he had 9, then 14.
Yeah, but Danny, here's my question. If you're Manny Machado, you're just coming off a year where you get traded to a World Series contending team. Why don't?
Well, the reason why they made the trade was
wants
because
money.
they had Corey Seager. That Corey Seager was out for the season. That's why the Dodgers even made the trade to get Machado.
That's true, but why would they not try to offer him a contract? You're
They
a
don't
world.
have
You're a
room for
world.
him.
I guess they
Yes,
believe
they
in
have
Corey-
Seager, but you're a World Series contending team.
You believe in Seager, I guess.
You do
Seager-
believe in Seager, but Manny Machado is he the type of
Seager
guy that you want to
He's the younger
pass?
player, and he doesn't cost you anything.
Exactly.
Manny Machado costs $300 million, and the Dodgers already have a ton of money committed to players.
It's ridiculous. How much money? How much
The
money
Dodgers
players
are
bring
like
us
the
for?
Yankees of the National League. Like they commit the most, or the Red Sox.
Yo,
like
the
they commit the
Dodgers
most
The
money.
Dodgers can't win. That's the thing. The past 2 years
They can't
they've
win
gone
the
to-
World
They've gone to
Series.
two
They
straight
cannot.
World
They can
Series
get there, but
against Boston and against Houston, and guess what? They lost both times.
they can get
They
there.
can-
But they,
But they can get there. But can they win?
I mean, they have the talent to. For whatever reason, it's just not coming together, and when it counts most.
Chris?
I mean, they're supposed to have the best pitcher in baseball, but he doesn't show up every time it's the World Series. So that's
true,
pretty
Clay.
much my answer.
Clayton Kershaw can be lights out in 162 games, but it can only take 4 games for him to not perform correctly or not
Mhm.
perform well.
Exactly.
And that can be just a downfall for a team if your star potential Hall of Fame pitcher just won't perform in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. But let's move on to let's move away from Machado for just a couple seconds. The Yankees, all their signings, they signed Luis Severino, 4 years, $40 million.
Including a 5th-year club option that the team will
Fifth-year
most
club.
likely pick. That team will most likely pick up, assuming that Severino doesn't plummet.
Yeah,
As a Yankee fan, I'm thrilled that
as
They
am I. I'm a
that-
very big fan of Luis Severino.
they didn't have to pay him that much. First of all, I was wrong about him.
Were you?
After 2 years, I called him a bust because
You did call him a bust.
He had a 5.83 ERA. I was like, okay, there's no way he's going to do well
That's
after this.
but that
Next
was
year-
his second year.
Yeah,
You can't call someone a bust after their second year.
Yeah, I've learned. I also called Aaron Judge a bust the same year.
You called Aaron Judge a bust.
Yes.
The
How'd you call Aaron Judge a bust?
How do you do that?
How
He
was he
didn't-
even a
he-
bust though?
He batted like 125 when he got called up. I didn't
But
believe in
that's
that.
Aaron Judge. That was his first couple months of the
Yeah, I
bigs.
know. I've learned ever since that day to just take your time on players, and that's why I still believe in Greg Bird. But that
I don't believe in Greg
that does
Bird.
not that has
Nah,
nothing.
Greg
to,
Bird-
Luke Voigt
Greg
is the
Bird's-
starting. Luke
Greg
Voigt
Bird's a
is the
scrub.
starting
I'm
first baseman
sorry.
in New York for
That
the
has
rest of the
Boy, you
season.
should start. Greg
This ha-
Bird's a scrub.
My
Greg
point
Bird is
is
awful.
My point is
Not a major
I'm
leaguer.
very happy that the Yankees got Severino for that.
As
cheap.
my is he their franchise pitcher?
Absolutely,
Is he
absolutely.
the pitcher you're taking
Yes.
in the next 5 to 7 years?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Out of every pitcher in the every young pitcher in the American League, there's debate because Blake Snell's pretty good as
Blake
well.
Snell is very good.
But I mean, I'm very happy with Severino. He's 20. He's
As mine.
20. He turns 25 today. Actually, today's his birthday.
Every young
Happy
pitcher
birthday!
in the
If
league
you're
should
listening,
take
Luis
Severino
Severino,
over.
you're probably not, but happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy
Say that
birthday
again,
to
Chris?
you.
I don't know about that.
Wait, say that
You
again.
would take Severino over every young pitcher in the MLB.
Yeah.
I had to think about it first. Because
I
Walker
don't know
Bueller's
about
pretty.
that.
Walker Bueller's pretty good too. How old's Syndergaard? Is Syndergaard
Like
younger?
25.
20
It's Syndergaard. You have Syndergaard, and you have what's his name?
Blake
on the Mets?
Snell, I'd definitely take over
Mats.
Severino.
Mats.
Mats is not that good.
He's
Not
Steven
like
Matz.
Matt is
Not
he's,
like that.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't. I feels like to me that Syndergaard's like 25 years old still. Is he 20? You're a Mets fan. How old
I
is
think
he?
he's like 25.
I-
I'm not sure. But
But
he's not older than like 26. He's not older than 26. I know
Yeah.
that.
so he's pretty good as well. I mean,
Oh, he's 26.
he's 26.
Yeah.
All right. He's still kind of young. He's in the middle, but he's still kind of younger. But
yeah, and Severino has been learning these past couple years from these pitchers that have been here longer than him, like
Mhm.
Sabathia, who is going to retire.
Yeah.
It's been a long time with CC, 11 years as a Yankee.
Gonna miss him.
He's literally been a pitcher throughout almost our entire childhoods.
yes,
CC Tanaka, he had a rough year coming off Tommy John, but I feel like those two guys, Tanaka and Sabathia have been really teaching Severino, and I feel like that's why he's been stepping his game up because you not only have
Well, the second half of the season was kind of concerning.
well that was iffy, but not only do you have these veteran pitchers that can really help you, you have Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, a very good pitching coach. You just have all these components. The Yankees have all these components that are making good pitchers. And, they're also going out there and signing good pitchers. They re-signed J.A. Happ. You have Jordan Montgomery, who looked very promising before he went down.
He hasn't pitched in over a year, though, and he's coming off of surgery.
The Yankees have depth at pitching. This is one thing.
I really like Jordan Montgomery.
Have depth everywhere this year. And that's why,
especially in the outfield,
I think they're the favorites to win the World Series. As much as I'm not a Yankee fan and I don't like the Yankees, but I'll have to admit that they're probably the favorites because they have depth everywhere. Yeah. If guys get hurt, they have guys to back them up. And that's important in baseball. It's important over 100
You got to look at
season.
that. I'm going to put an asterisk next to that because that one iffy position I think is catcher. Because
I agree.
As we all saw, Gary Sanchez last year did not perform to the hype.
Nah,
he did not catch up to the hype.
Romine
is okay.
Should be traded by the Yankees, in my opinion.
That's a little too far. But Gary Sanchez should have performed better. He should have.
He didn't even hit 200 last year.
He did not hit 200, and his catching performance
horrible
for most of the year awful.
I mean, I still believe in Gary Sanchez.
As do I. I feel like he still has a lot of untapped potential, but he needs to perform better. You cannot have your quote unquote star catcher who you see going forward as one of your franchise players. You cannot have him performing this.
To be
poorly.
fair, though, also
I don't think he should be a catcher, in my opinion. He should be like a DH or something.
Yeah, but then you have nowhere to put Stanton, and you can't put Stanton in the outfield every single day because you have all these younger guys like Frazier. He's back. You have Gardner and Hicks and Judge, and you have Ellsbury, which I don't think he should be on the roster. But they wasted all this money on him, so why not?
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, also there's also catcher is like by far like the least talented position. You got like Posey, JT Realmuto.
I do not agree. Catcher is not the least talented position.
If you're a catcher,
you need someone that could call a game behind the plate, or your pitchers are going to struggle.
Exactly, Danny. If you're a catcher, and you're catching,
Not even.
And someone throws a curveball to you, and that ball's in the dirt, are you gonna twist your hand? Or are you gonna drop down on your knees and try to stop that ball? Let me tell you what Gary Sanchez did most of the season last year. He didn't go on his knees and try to stop that ball. He tried to backhand it. And that resulted in a lot of pass balls.
I meant hitting. A hitting wise catcher. Hitting wise catcher is the least talented. By far. You got Posey, you got JT Realmuto, and I can't name a third.
Yadier Molina.
He's like 36.
Jonathan Lucroy.
Lucroy batted like 225 last year.
Christian Vasquez on the Red Sox.
Wilson Ramos
can't
Grandal.
catch. Grandal's terrible. He choked.
Grandal's pretty bad.
Grandal's not that bad at hitting though. You can't even say that.
If the
Grandal
majority
got like a $50 million contract in free agency.
He should not have.
It's a bad contract.
It's a bad contract. He should not have. But like the catchers, like your average catcher is going to bat like 230. Like that's not good. That's not good by any means. Compared to your average starting outfielder, your average starting shortstop. Like that's what I meant. Like comparative to the other positions in the league, catching is by far hitting wise the worst.
But it's always been like that.
It's always been like that.
I mean, yeah.
So that's why I don't think they should trade him.
Yeah.
I think they should still just run him at catcher, see how he does. But
I just think he's too much of a defensive liability, though. That's my thing.
True.
He did kind of step his game up towards the end, but
like
still,
second half of the year.
you need him to perform at a constant basis where he's stopping these potential pass balls, and he is constantly he's hitting, he's driving runs in, he's not striking out all the time, which he did strike out a lot, and you just need him to perform overall better.
There's no arguing that he does need to step his game up.
He has no excuse for how his performance was last year.
Well, without times. All right. But I mean, and also calling the Yankees the favorite. I mean, if they are the Vegas odds, they are the betting favorite, but it just got to come together because last year, like a good amount of people saw them as also a favorite. Obviously, the Astros are there too. The Astros are a really good team.
Yes.
It's all about who can beat Boston.
Yankees and the Astros.
And I feel like with
Boston has no bullpen, they're not going anywhere.
But I feel like if it comes down to you cannot count Boston out. But if it comes down to it again this year, where Boston somehow has control of the AL East going towards the end of the year. It's going to come down to what team can beat Boston, New York, or Houston. And I'm 100% would not change my mind. I'm going with the Yankees. I feel like with all the pieces they put together this year, they brought back Hap, they brought back Britton, they signed Ottavino, LeMahieu, Tulowitzki, all those pieces they brought back. They reached that deal with Severino, and all those pieces that you're putting together a team that is ready, a team that is ready to beat the Boston Red Sox, and I feel like the New York Yankees can do that.
All right. I mean,
As much as I think the Astros can too with their rotation, Verlander, Morton, all those other guys, and they're amazing infield. Springer, Altuve.
Springer's in the outfield.
Springer plays outfield.
Same. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You have talent.
I don't know who I meant, but
You meant Bregman or something.
Bregman, Springer, Altuve, all those.
Correa.
But I'm still gonna take the Yankees.
All right. I mean, I think I think they can all beat each other. Like, it can go either way. Like, it just depends on who's playing better. Like, as the time. Like, if the Yankees are like in a big slump, like which they were in before.
Yeah.
And then the Red Sox just are on fire and the Astros are on fire. I mean, if both teams are on fire, it's going like 7 games.
A
or
lot of
5 games,
stuff
whatever,
depends
depending on
too,
whatever.
on injuries, on trade deadline moves, and all this other stuff too. So like, we don't even know yet.
It's too early to make a prediction, but at the same
prediction, I would say the Yankees are the favorites.
Oh, definitely. By far. I'm gonna stop you guys right there. We're gonna take a little break here. When we come back, what is it? NBA trade? NBA trade deadline?
NBA
All-Star weekend.
All-Star weekend.
We're gonna come right back at you with the NBA All-Star weekend. So see you guys in a second.